Welcome back to Retiring Today. I'm here with Haley Gutschenritter and Loren Merkle. We're talking about retiring through the decades. We're in the 70s. 70s can be a lot of fun, right? You can have a great time in your 70s, but you're also looking ahead. And one of the things that, Haley, you were real instrumental in was putting together a spousal succession checklist for the families that we work with, also making it available to the public at successionchecklist.com. And this checklist is really helpful.
This checklist is really helpful, and you alluded to this, but we get to retirement and we think it's just going to be fun, vacation, we get to turn off our alarm and really live freely, but the truth is that we're going to incur many psychological and emotional events throughout our retirement because we're hoping to have 20 or 30 years in retirement. One of these events that's inevitable is a loss of a spouse. So what better way to be prepared than going through this checklist with your spouse still here to talk about what may happen after this event. And if you do this now, if you go through this checklist with your spouse, it's going to aid you getting through some of the most difficult times of your life.
Yeah, and you went through this checklist not only at one of our Lunch and Learn events that we have here at Merkle Retirement Planning. We did a whole TV show on it. You can find that on our YouTube page, Merkle Retirement Planning. Tell us a little bit about the feedback that you got, the points that people really said, hey, I hadn't thought about that decision I need to make now, which generally a lot of these decisions are better to make now than after your spouse has passed.
It is, and honestly, a lot of the feedback that we got is that I didn't know that. One of the things I'm thinking about when it comes to mine is Social Security. Some people don't realize that there's a survivorship benefit or even an ex-widow benefit. And that's something that we can help show them, hey, is this your benefit? Do we have the option to moving to a higher benefit? And we will help file that for them. A lot of people also don't know that it's very important to kind of collect all of those crucial information. So if you're paying subscriptions, you're filing your tax returns, it's important to have all that data collected because oftentimes, especially when you're in your 70s, you typically have one person in your household who is in charge of the finances. And if that person was the one to pass away, then the other one is kind of left in a frenzy, not knowing where any of the accounts are, how to pay any of these bills. And so it's really crucial to kind of sit down and actually go through the retirement plan. And we build this out in our plan. We have an itemized list of the assets, but even more importantly, what subscriptions are you paying for? What are your monthly bills? How do you pay for those? So that your spouse can feel confident when they have to take control of the finances once their loved one passes.
And you couple those technical complexities with the emotionality that is involved in a situation like that. We live through these experiences with the families and individuals that we work with every single year. There's multiple experiences that we have, and there's a lot of emotions that in all this other stuff that you have to do feels like it's an excess burden because you just want to focus on your loved one. Your loved one just passed away. There's fear that comes with that because what does the rest of your life look like without that loved one by your side? You guys had these plans. And then there's all this stuff that you have to do. And I think that's one of the most powerful aspects of the succession checklist is it'll kind of give you a roadmap to what to do technically next, whether it's Social Security or even something as mundane as you owned your house together with both of your names on it. Don't forget to change that. How do you go about that? Things like that. So there's a lot of emotions to process, but yet you still have to do all this other stuff, and it kind of makes that roadmap a little bit easier.
So again, here's the URL or the website rather for that checklist. It's a great resource. You can go through it now with your spouse, but even if you're in your 50s and 60s, it just gives you some good stuff to be talking about or maybe sit down with your retirement planner and make some of these decisions. So it's successionchecklist.com.
Thank you for watching this clip of Retiring Today, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions about your retirement plan, take advantage of the complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call.